Om Shanti. Today we have Rituben joining us. Let me give you a brief introduction about Rituben. Rituben is from Navi Mumbai and she has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for almost more than past 14 years. She has a deep inclination towards exploring and applying spiritual knowledge in her everyday life, and that's what she imparts with other people as well. She believes spirituality cannot be taught but experienced, and hence her sessions involve a lot of engagement and experience based exercises. She is a corporate learning and development professional with more than 10 years of experience in behavioral training. So that's a brief introduction about our dear Rituven. Rituven, welcome. Thank you very much. Over to you.
A very good morning to everybody. Om Shanti. So let's start with some reflection for ourselves. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. In your mind, emerge Bapdada in front of you. Just look at Bapdada's loving smile and blessings. And fill yourself completely with those blessings from our very beloved Bap Dada. As we begin our journey, our new year, let me take a couple of moments and think about what is the vision that I have for myself for 2021. What is that special effort that I want to make in this year? Ask yourself that question and reflect upon it very, very deeply. What is my vision for 2021? To make my Brahmin life a little more enriched experience. An effort that would bring me closer to Meethe Bap Dada. Can I make a note of that vision for myself in 3 points? In your mind, make a list of those 3 things that you would want to do, the efforts that you would like to make. 1, 2, and 3. This is what I wish to do for myself in 2021. January is not just a beginning of new year, but for us, January month signifies that special effort, special tapasya that we do. And hence, it's the best time to determine what I want to achieve in my Brahmin life for the current year. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Just stay with your vision for a couple of more seconds and experience the blessings from Bapdada that are empowering you, that are taking you closer to your vision. Just be there. Just experience Bapdada's presence with you that get you closer to your vision. Om Shanti. So while we understand that, January month is so critical, it's not just the foundation of the entire year, but we especially receive lot of blessings, lot of powers from Bap Dada, because it's like collective effort that entire Brahmin Parivar is making. Of course, Bap Dada's Murlis that happen on 18 January are so special for all of us, because we know our Brahma Baba became Avyakt on 18 January, and hence it becomes even more special for us. So what I want you to next do is, I'm sharing a link in chat box. Okay, what you can do is click on that link and share what is your vision for 2021. Yeah, it's very simple. So this is, this session would be more of you sharing and you, relating things back to your life more than, Rituban sharing anything. Yeah, so it's more about you, it's more about, how do you relate to everything that is being discussed. And for that, the only effort that you would have to make is, that easy effort that you may have to make is a little more sharing. If you're comfortable to switch on your videos, you can do that. If you're not, that's completely fine. But what you could definitely do is, wherever there is some sharing, some thought, some question that you have, you can definitely put it across either in the chat box or unmute and share. Yeah. So right now what I'm doing is, I have shared a link in chat box. You could click on that link, type what is your vision for 2021. Maybe a line, you could write all three, or you could just choose to write one very, very critical vision that you have for 2021. And what I will do is, I will share the collective vision that all of us have here on the screen. So are we ready? Can we click on that link, go to that link, type, and then come back on Zoom? So your Zoom will be still on, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to go to that link, type your responses, submit it, and come back on Zoom. So we'll wait for a couple of responses to come in. We already have some responses that have come up. Beautiful. So what I will do is, I'll quickly share my screen to see what vision we have. Wonderful. So, what is your vision for 2021? Sampurna Pavitrata. Beautiful. Thank you. To be the master of all my senses. Awesome. Very nice. Be like Father Brahma. More practice of dharana. Healthy, peaceful, and happy 2021. Doing seva by bringing family members in Gyan. Improved yoga. Okay. Royal Chal Chalan making Bhaktada Pratyaksh. Wonderful. My vision for 2021 is to spiritually grow and practice power to withdraw and power to pack up. Beautiful. Thank you so much for those wonderful sharings that we have. Tivru Purusharth and applying it in practical life. Have a peaceful and healthy prospective life, prosperous life. It could be, I'm not sure if it's autocorrect, but if it's prospective life, that's also good. Regular Amrit Vela, okay. Regular Sakar Avyak Murli twice, maintaining stable stage. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all your responses. What we will definitely do is, since these are very, very precious sharings that all of you have done with us, I'll share a PDF of this with Rakhi, Sister Rakhi. She'll share it in your group also. So, we have this with us throughout the year. This is what I wish to do for myself through the year. Yeah, so that's something we'll definitely do. Now, what I want you to think about is, you have this vision for yourself. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Let's say I want my family members to be in Gyan. Let's say I want, a better Amrit Vela experience. I want to ensure that I do Murli twice a day, or whatever is your vision for 2021, maintaining a very high stage, very stable stage, elevated stage at all point in time. So that's a vision that I have for myself. So in that vision, what I next want you to think about is, what are the possible obstacles or challenges that you face or you come across due to which you haven't been able to do that in the past year. Let's say 2020, or whatever number of years you are in Gyan. What are the possible challenges and obstacles that you face because of which you think you still need to make effort towards that you haven't been able to achieve? So you can share that with us on the chat box. You could share it privately or you could share it with everybody. That's completely fine. It could just be an a, a kind of indication. You could not share exactly what it is. So let's say if it's the behavior of somebody that makes me feel unstable, then maybe I don't name that person, I just write behavior. So whatever you are comfortable sharing in this group, you could share with us. If even if you are not sharing, my only request to you would be, do make a note of it in your mind. Yeah. So what is that one challenge or obstacle that you face while you want to make that effort? If you've made a note of it in your mind, you could just type yes. So then I know that I can move on to the next bit. Okay, beautiful. People judging and evaluating every action. So, okay, one is people, judging, evaluating. That's one obstacle or challenge that makes me feel a little, you know, unstable, or makes me feel a little uncomfortable, which, somewhere impacts my state or my purusharth or my yoga. Okay, time management. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Aruna, for sharing. My own weaknesses. Okay, thank you for sharing. Getting involved in drama, happen. Okay, getting too much attached to situation, maybe unfair, something unfair happens to me. The situation where I feel things have not been right, and that's what impacts my state of mind. Okay, thank you so much. My own weakness is what some of us have shared. Very nice, thank you. I'm more extrovert. I need to, want to get a little more introvert. So, okay, okay, good. Thank you for sharing. Let's work upon these. Now, what we will do in next 45 minutes is we look at some of the Baptada's, Murlis, and see what do we do with how do we work with these? Okay, so these are the challenges. I forget this in drama. Okay, drama and get stuck in situation. Okay, whatever happens, I get mentally stuck with that situation and forget the knowledge that Baba has given, the points of drama that Baba has given to us. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. It's really, really valuable, because I understand that these are not things that we are very comfortable sharing with everyone, but because it's a closed group and it's more like a family that meets every day in the morning, so it's wonderful that you are able to share this with all of us here. What I want you to understand here is, okay, the effort that we make, huh? The effort, which is the performance. Let's say performance could be, what is it that I'm able to do? Let's say my 2020 year, the effort that I have been able to do is equal to the potential that I have. Now, what is the potential that Baba has shown us or Baba has given to us? Is that angelic stage, right? That's the highest stage, something that Brahma Baba has already achieved. So my potential, which is my angelic stage, minus the interferences or obstacles which you've just mentioned in the chat box. Yeah, so I have a vision, and then these interferences or obstacles that I experience through the journey while making my effort. So let's say whatever I do the entire day, I know in the morning when I do Avyakt Murli class, I am aware that the entire day I have to make so and so effort. Baba has given me this homework. When I read Murli, this is what Baba wants me to do. But through the day, when I start my day, I get so involved in my work and situations and people and all of that, that whatever I heard in the morning stays with me for some time, but then through the day it doesn't stay with me throughout. Yeah, so that's the effort part of it. What is it that I'm able to do, which is, how much effort I'm able to make is equal to the potential that I have. The potential, Baba says, is you are always in that state. Sada, Baba always uses one word, which is sada, constant. Okay, not kabhi kabhi, not sometimes, but constant angelic stage, constant remembrance is what Baba tells us. Yeah, so that potential minus these interferences. What happens is, when people judge me, I kind of forget about the angelic stage and that self respect that Baba has given to me, and I get entangled in what they are saying, how they are behaving, how they judge me, and all of that. So that's an interference. So my potential is equal to interference, potential minus interference. Yeah, what I next want you to think about is the interferences that you have mentioned. Okay, are those interferences internal interferences or external interferences? So I have a vision, and these are the obstacles or interferences that I have. Just think about it. Are these internal interferences or are they external interferences? For example, okay, let's say to understand what is internal and how do I define if it's internal or if it's external. Uh, a simple example, okay, when we started doing these virtual sessions somewhere way back in April, I started doing virtual sessions for office also. I work with an organization. What I do there also is deliver sessions, and apart from that also I love to interact. I love to somewhere uh, get into these discussions which are so deep, which are about behavior, mindsets, all of that. So somewhere around April, when the lockdown happened in March, we started conducting these virtual sessions for our offices also, for our office, for otherwise also. And what happened at that time is, as soon as somebody, because we were working from home at that time, as soon as there is somebody around while I'm in that interaction, I would become really conscious. Okay, now the performance or the efforts that I was able to give in that session was somewhere impacted by that interference of people around. Okay, people around, noises around, so all of that. So that's an interference. Okay, so one is that external interference that is there, and second is the disturbance that was getting created here. So whatever you've mentioned, what I want you to think about, and if you're comfortable, you could share it in the chat box. Is it external interference or is it an internal interference? What is it? Is it external? Is it internal? Yes? Both. Okay, wonderful. Both. Okay, the unanimous answer that I so far see is both. Okay, internal. Okay, both. Great. Any other thoughts? Most of us feel it's both. It's external. So let's say in that situation or that example that I shared with you, external was that people moving around. There's some sound, there is some noise, people are talking, discussing, the maid comes, she does the vessels, all of that. So that noise. So that's external. And internal is the impact created here. I'm not able to focus. I don't know how will the participants feel. Will they get disturbed? All that here. Okay, beautiful. So thank you once again for sharing. External disturbance disturbs internal stage. Thank you. That's a wonderful sharing again. That external disturbance, so that noise or the noise that is even right now going on outside my house. So external disturbance impacts, it disturbs our internal stage. Okay, the next thing that I want you to reflect upon is, and this is very very deep, and what I will do after this is I'll substantiate it with what Baba says, how Baba puts it across to us. So every external, and this is very deep, you can just make a note of it, and every challenge that you face in your life, be it your family members not along with you in gyan, or you not getting enough support from colleagues, or it could be anything. Yeah, so every external interference has something internal. For example, okay, even if people were walking by right now, but if that doesn't create a disturbance here, then it would not have, you know, the effect would not be on the interaction that I would have with people. So, what is that internal interference? Is that people should not move around. There should be no noise outside. That's the belief, or that's the you know attitude with which I'm conducting a session. Let's say, for example, if I'm conducting a session with a thought or a belief that there should be no disturbance outside, then that belief is what is creating that internal disturbance. So every external actually has something internal. So let's say, if something that doesn't allow me to achieve my vision is to always make that special effort for myself. Now my interferences, external interferences, that because my family is not in gyan, because I'm alone in gyan, my entire family, nobody is in gyan, so I'm the only one who is making that effort. So if that's an external interference, somewhere the internal belief that is creating that external interference is that they should also be in gyan. Yeah, the disturbance, what is creating that disturbance or interference is not that they are not in gyan, but what is creating that disturbance is that my belief that they should be in gyan, or they should support me, or they should help me in my purusharth. Yeah, we look at Brahma Baba. uh, did Brahma Baba seek any support, any expectation from anybody around? Of course, he would have that good wish for everybody, that everybody becomes connects with Shiv Baba. That's a good wish that he would have. But would he get disturbed, or would he seek some support? Would he seek that people around me should be in Gyan so that I make better efforts? No, he was on his own, and that's why he was able to achieve that higher stage. Yeah. So somewhere every external has something internal. Yeah. And let's see what Bab Dada has to say about this, and how do we kind of overcome that bit. Is the sound okay? Let me know on chat if the screen, if the sound, if there is any issue, you
अब
could let
दादा
me know.
को खुशी है कि हर बच्चा चाहे सिंधी है चाहे
Baba is saying that every child, Baba is happy to see every child, whether he's Sindhi or Hindi,
हर बच्चा खुश रहता है
and
मेजॉरिटी
every child is happy. Majority of the children are happy. This makes Baba happy.
खुशी कभी नहीं गवानी
Never, never allow happiness to
होती
go.
है
Things happen,
लेकिन बात हमारी खुशी क्यों ले
but
रहे
those what incidents or whatever happens, why should that take away our happiness?
हर एक की अपनी चीज है
Happiness is your own
वो कभी
possession.
नहीं जानी
Never allow it to go away from you.
बातें आती हैं
Things
वो
come,
भी पेपर आता है
they are also in the form of paper, a test.
जो बच्चे अच्छे पुरुषार्थी है
Those children who are
वो
good effort
पेपर में
makers,
सदा पास
they
होते
always pass in the
हैं उनके
paper,
लिए
in the
पेपर कोई
test.
बड़ी बात
For them, any test paper is not a big
है
thing.
ही रेडी
They are always ready.
ऐसे रेडी रहने वाले
So,
की
those who
निशानी ये है
are always ready,
उनके
what
चेहरे
is their
पर
sign?
सदा
On their
खुशी की लहर
faces, there is always happiness visible.
कितनी भी बातें हो जाए
Whatever situations arise,
क्योंकि डबल संबंध में रहते हैं
because
लौकिक में
you
भी
children
अलौकिक में
are in double relationships, lokik as well as alokik relationship.
जो सदा खुश रहते हैं
But those who are always happy,
वो आगे से आगे कदम बढ़ाता
they keep moving forward.
और
They
बाप
take their
उनको
steps
दुख
forward
नहीं
and forward. And Baba, when he sees such
जब
children
वे
in a subtle way,
उनके ऊपर दिल का प्यार अवश्य होता है
gives
क्योंकि उनको भी
lots
महसूस
of
होता
love
है बाबा
from the
का
heart,
प्यार
and
मेरे
they
से
also feel that yes, Baba is loving them from the heart.
ऐसे दिल खुश से
So,
Yeah. So if we look at Bap Dada would never ever, talk about anything external. And that's the efforts that we need to make. Now, all of us who've written both or external, what I want you to think about is for that external, what is the internal that I have? For example, let's say if some of us have shared that, my family should be in Gyan, a good wish, very beautiful wish, okay? But if I have to share about myself, I have been in Gyan for 14 years and I'm the only one in my entire family who is in Gyan. Okay, but initially when I started my journey, okay, I would be very, very conscious about they should also come in Gyan, they should also, kind of accept Baba's knowledge, and I would push them to listen to sessions and kind of make them hear, good sessions. No, this is very good, you must hear this. But I realized, more. So who said that they have to be in Gyan? That's the question. So every time I want, any external interference, whenever there is an experience of some internal interference saying that they should be in some way or they should not judge me or they should or anything like that, the question that I need to ask is who said, you know questioning my own belief. So today, I have all the support that I could have ever received from people around. But when did that happen? Baba makes that happen. We don't have to do anything. Honestly, it's just Baba who makes us every step of our journey very, very smooth. We don't have to do a lot. The only thing that we need to do is start working upon internal interferences. The internal interferences, they should come in Gyan. Who said? See, I'm not saying we don't have that good wish, but at the same time, that conditioning will somewhere impact my stage. And if we look at Bap Dada's every single Murli, Baba never says you work on external. Baba always says you work on internal. So today, after 14 years in Gyan, even right now, I don't have my family walking along with me on this journey, but I have such beautiful equation. Yeah. So that is what is important. So now there is no disturbance. They, whether they come, they will come. I know when the time is right, they will come. That's a good wish that I have. Of course, I will have that wish for my family, but my stage or my, state of mind, my efforts that I want to make towards my Brahmin life will not have an impact basis if they come or they don't come. I will still continue to make that same effort which I would have made if they were along with me on this journey. Yeah. So every external interference that you've mentioned here on the chat box has something internal. And what we need to deeply reflect upon is most of the interferences that I could see were somewhere external. Okay. And if my focus is on external interferences, chances are that, that somewhere my effort will be impacted. So identify what is that internal interference that is creating that disturbance. If I'm perceiving that external situation to be interference, what is that belief that I have that is not allowing me to make that effort towards my Brahmin life? Yeah. So we'll take couple of minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes only, where I want you to think about it. What is that internal interference that is creating that external interference and not allowing me to make my effort easier in my Brahmin life? Okay, so one very beautiful sharing has come. Unable to be internally strong when external situation comes in front. Now, what happens is, let's say if I, when I started driving, okay, when I started driving, what happened is, when there is this driving test, and this is what really happened with me. Most of you would end up thinking, and laughing at me, but I'll tell you. So when I started driving and I gave my first driving test, what I ended up doing is, it's way back. It's like 10 or 11 years back, I think. What happened is, uh, just when that test got over and I had to, uh, kind of put the brake, I actually happened to press accelerator, and thankfully the person, the inspector who was sitting next to me, had that brake and he could press it and everything was fine. There was no issue. But that one situation had such deep impact on me that it created a belief that I can't drive, and it's a very deep belief that I still have, which I'm working upon. So somewhere, as soon as I would make that effort to drive, what would happen is, I would, if there are vehicles around, I would not be able to drive. Now that's an external situation, that vehicles are coming, everything is happening, and I can't drive. Now that's a belief. What created that belief, like a belief that you have that external situation internally not strong enough? It's a belief which has been created in our journey in this lifetime or previous lifetimes due to some experiences that we may have had in our journey. Yeah. And all of us have that. Each one of us have some not so positive experiences in our journey, and we're carrying those past memories and experiences, and which creates a belief that I'm not internally strong. Now, if I take that same example of driving, what I have to now do is check for myself, you know, what experience, if it's this lifetime, you'll be able to identify the experience also which makes you feel that I'm not strong enough. Yeah. So what experience has created that belief is what I need to check for myself. Okay, what is that belief? And second, what I need to do is create a counter belief system. How do I do that? Very simple. Baba has given us so many tools. Baba says, okay, create that self-esteem. So if the belief is unable to be internally strong, the self-respect is, I'm whose child? Sarva Shaktiman, the most powerful, he's my father. I don't know how do you translate Sarva Shaktiman. I don't know the exact word that is used in Avyakt Mulis, but I'm sure you would understand Sarva Shaktiman. I'm child of that supreme, the most powerful being. Yeah, and he blesses me with his power. I am Master Sarva Shaktiman. Master Almighty. Beautiful. Thank you, Koshaben, for sharing that. So, Master Almighty, yeah, I'm a child of that Almighty, and I'm Master Almighty. That's a belief. So, what I'm now working is I counter those internal interferences. Now, this is a little deeper work that all of us need to do with ourselves. But if we're making effort towards external interferences, we'll never be able to easily overcome those external interferences. Why? Because that's not something that Baba is anyways telling us to do. Baba makes our effort easier. What does Baba says? Baba says, work on your internal interferences. Situation cannot determine state of mind of my children. That's a thought that Baba, that's a knowledge, point of knowledge that Baba has given us. Situation, external interference cannot disturb the state of mind of my children. Why? Because my children are Master Almighty children. So the next thing that we need to do is whatever internal interference you've identified, like for example, the one which is shared, create a counter empowering belief or create that self-respect and work upon it for yourself for this January month. That's the effort. Yeah. And of course, we all of us, all the Brahmin souls, and I think every human soul has that special blessing in this month because all of us are working towards that special effort. So you know what is that counter belief or that belief, new empowering belief that I can create for myself to overcome that internal interference? That's an easy effort. Yeah, that's an easy effort. Why easy? Because it's something which is in my control. Now think for yourself in your entire day how much of your attention, energy, effort goes into making that external right. Yeah. And from today, would you want to bring about that shift to focusing on your internal? Why? Because it's in my control. And that's how it becomes easier because I'm able to work upon it. So then, if I, go back to that first example that I gave, today, even if there is, people are walking by, so if I'm in a session, let's say I'm working from home and I have some office session going on, it's at 12 o'clock, 12 noon, okay, and I have somebody walking by and doing stuff and, somebody comes and cleans, it doesn't disturb me because today I don't have that belief, that strong belief that, oh, there should be no disturbance. And when I don't get disturbed by people walking by or people talking, it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but you may still be able to hear that noise. I thought there'll be no vehicles around, so I kept the window open, but I realized that there's still so much noise and people traveling even at this point in time. Yeah. So, but that is not disturbing. Now, if I would be constantly disturbed by that noise, that same energy would have got transferred to all of you in this session. Yeah, so that effort is getting impacted. Why? Not because of the noise outside, but what I create here using that noise outside. Yeah, so why easy effort? What is the easy effort that Baba tells us? Is that we start focusing on our internal interferences. And then what do we do with those external interferences that are there? That also Baba tells us that what effort do we make towards those external interferences. And we'll just have a couple of more minutes before we go to question and answer sessions and look at what Baba Dada says. What do we do with those external interferences?
जो भी बातें ऐसी आवे जो बेकार
Whatever situations come in your way which are unnecessary, unwanted, even if they're coming, doesn't matter. You have to go through tests, through exams, is it not? So if they come,
बाप दादा को दे देना.
you just hand it over to Bap Dada. Do you know how to give to Bap Dada? You know how to take, but you also know how to give.
छोटे बच्चे
Just become a small child,
छोटे बच्चे
just like little children.
वो क्या करते
What do they do?
कोई भी चीज
Anything which
पसंद
they don't like, they just, what they do with something. They don't like something, mommy.
ये आप
It just you take.
This is what very beautifully and the most easy efforts that all of us can make. Whatever external interferences that you don't like, very simply give it to Bap Dada. Become like a small child and just give it to Bap Dada.
You take it.
छोटे
So become a small child
को दे दो.
and hand it over to Baba.
फिर अगर आवे
And if it still comes,
बाप दादा ने देखा है
Bap Dada has observed
कि बहुत
that
समय रखी है ना,
because you have kept those things for a long time, is it not? So even if you to give away, it still comes.
Now, this is very, very critical. For so many births, I think 63 births, what we've done is we focus so much on external interferences that at times it keeps coming back. So today I decide that no, I'll focus only on the internal interference that I've identified, which is creating disturbance. I still end up focusing on those people who are judging, people who are not Indian, people who don't support me enough, and everything outside. Yeah. So what do I do again? It comes. See what Bap Dada has to say for that. If it comes back,
Because you have kept it for a long time. So if it comes back, at that time you should think
दी हुई
that whatever I have given,
यूज की जाती है कि
I cannot use it again. Because something, if you have given away, how can you use it again?
आपके पास आई
So if it comes back, it is no longer yours for you to use it because you have given it away.
तो आपकी रही
So if you have given it away, then it doesn't belong to you anymore.
क्या
If you use something which you have given away, then that is like interfering in somebody else's property.
तो ये मेरी नहीं है.
At that time you should think, this is not mine, this is someone else's. I have already given it.
इसमें फायदा हो
So if you think it this way, you will be benefited
समय
because time is less,
और पुरुषार्थ
time is short, and
दीवर का
you have to make intense efforts.
मेरा बाबा
All of you are saying that, my Baba. So if you say Mera Baba, my Baba, that means nobody else is mine, is it not? Is there anybody else who's mine? If you say my Baba, only Baba is yours, no? Is it not?
बाप पर अधिकार रख करके
Therefore,
अमानत समझ के
you have to have a right over Baba, and whatever you think is useless, hand it over to Baba. Don't keep it with you.
yeah, so we have right over the Almighty, give it to Him. And I'll share one recent experience that I had. I was planning to take a leave in December end because I had shifting and all. So there was work, there was shifting, there was seva, all of that. So I had couple of things lined up, and I really didn't know how would I manage. I applied for leave, but my boss said, no, don't take leave right now in December. Take it in January. Anyways, I was planning again in January. So she said, no, no two holidays. Take it in January only. And I didn't want to miss the January leave because I really wanted to spend that time doing tapasya. So I said, okay, I'll not take in December. That's a decision that I took. I have, there are so many times like this, when there are multiple things happening together, but I don't know how Baba gets done. It just happens smoothly. Just at that time, there was one seva which came, which was not planned, and somebody said, this session is already planned. The speaker can't come. It's a 4 days long kind of workshop. And I said, I have my office. And even in the evening, what happens is, like, there are some calls, meetings that get scheduled, and I don't know what will I do. So I paused for a moment. As soon as I got that call, I paused for a couple of minutes. I looked at Baba Dada. I said, Baba, I'm not saying no, you manage. Yeah. And during those 4 days, it never happens that I don't get a call or a meeting in the evening as well, even after my office hours, it rarely happens. But in those entire 4 days, even before an hour of my, that seva that I was supposed to do, even hour before that and sometime after that, I had no calls, no meetings, nothing coming, no interference at all. Why? Because who is responsible? Whose seva? Whose house to be shifted? Whose work to be done? And who will then manage? That faith. And these, I'm sure all of you, you are here on this webinar, spending that early morning time here only because all of us have that experience with Bap Dada. The only thing that we need to do is immerse it. Get Baba, involved in everything that you're doing. It's not you, it's Baba who's getting done. Whether it's your Lokik responsibility, whether it is Alokik responsibility, who is responsible for you? Whom have you given your life to? Baba. When you have given your life to Baba, who will get it done? Baba. When I have, just leave it to him. When we absolutely give it to Baba, he gets us through anything and everything very, very beautifully. And all of us do have these experiences in our lives. It's just about emerging these experiences in our mind and, re-emerging them and experiencing them in every situation, whatever we are doing. Lokik, alokik, whatever, but in that state of mind, in that self-esteem, I Master Almighty. Who is responsible for my life? Who is taking care of me? Who is it that I've given my life to? That's it. And he just takes care of everything and anything in life. There cannot be any disturbance, obstacles, nothing when I give it to him. So become like that child and give it to him. And then my only effort, is towards what I have to do in my Brahmin life, or, whatever actions I have to do, all my effort, energy there in that self-respect. Yeah, that's the easiest effort that we can make. Just get Baba in everything that you're doing. Baba, now we have to do this work. Baba, now we have to, even writing an email, even write, if I'm doing some write up, anything, Baba, you come and do it. And I sometimes feel so amazed, that it just flows. I don't know from where it flows. Things just flow. Things just happen. Who does it? Of course, it's Bap Dada, because it's beyond our human capacity. After so many births, all of us have somewhere with those depleting experiences. We've all become little depleted somewhere in our journey. But things just happen. Whose power? It's Almighty's power. It's definitely not in our human capacity to, manage so many situations, but we get through it so seamlessly. How? Because he manages it for us. He's responsible for us. And on that note, I think we have 11 minutes left. So we take quick, question answers if there are any questions, or we move to the last part, which is the meditation. So we'll spend some time on question answers, and then we will end the session with some meditation, reflecting what we've heard in the 1 hour. Yeah. So just quick revision. Our efforts that we are able to make, 2020, whatever effort we'd made is equal to the potential, the angelic states that we have minus the interferences. Interferences could be external, internal. External interference will be able to, actually have an impact only when I have some belief that internal interference, that it should be some other way. What Baba tells us is work upon our internal interferences. When I start focusing on my internal interferences, my effort become easy because that's in my control. Yeah. So all my attention, effort towards my internal interferences. You know, if my state of mind is happy, comfortable, outside will be taken care. Who takes care? Baba takes care. Who's responsible? Baba is responsible. That's the easiest effort that all of us can make. So that's a kind of gist of, you know, the sharing that we had. So if there are any questions, the floor is open for questions. Sister Rekha, any questions? Have any questions come up in the chat box? Or are we good?
There are no questions yet, Rituben, on the chat box. If anyone wants to ask questions to Rituben, how to practice in day-to-day life, then you can unmute yourself and ask Rituben.
Yes. In the meanwhile, what I'm doing is I'm again sharing a link since all of us are so comfortable. So, what is your key takeaway for making easy effort? Whatever we heard, what is it that you would take away for yourself and practice it, to make your effort easier? Is what you can share on this link. I think I've shared. Okay, I'll share it with everybody. Yeah. And this is also something that I'll share with Vimish Bhaiji and sister Rakhi. And so then they can post it in our WhatsApp group.
Rituben, there is one question on the chat box.
Yeah. I'll just
And
read it.
that is, what if we feel like if we keep making the same mistakes and then feel bad about it, how can we overcome it?
Okay. So, you know, something very, very critical to help us move beyond our weaknesses is self compassion. Okay. What we end up doing in our, journey is, especially when we become, you know, we pick up the spiritual journey, what we end up doing is either we start victimizing ourselves. Okay, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, why me? So we either start victimizing ourselves, or what we end up doing is we kind of punish ourselves. Now both of these are not a form of self compassion. The only way to progress ourselves, you know, why Baba, you know, whenever Baba starts Murli, every Avyapt Murli you read, Baba would start with lot of love, lot of respect that he gives to his children. Okay, why he does that? He also knows that we have our own set of weaknesses, we're trying to overcome, we end up making same mistakes. Baba also knows that, but why does Baba start only with lot of love? Because self, you know, that love is the only thing that empowers us to overcome our weaknesses, and that's what we also need to do with ourselves, is lot of self compassion. Yeah, experiencing that compassion for your own self. You know, compassion is actually for others, but it starts with our own selves. Only when we are able to create that compassionate thoughts for ourselves is when we are able to be compassionate towards others. So the first step is, you know, being very, very compassionate. When you're compassionate towards yourself, meaning accepting. What would you do with other person whom you're compassionate for or whom you care a lot for? You would accept them, you would tell them it's okay, you know. And that's what I need to do for myself. When I do that, okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, give it to Baba. Baba, you help. It comes again, give it to Baba. Baba, I gave it to you, now you take care. This is what I heard from Nirvair Bhaiji's session. You know, once he was interacting and he said, there are times when we give it to Baba and it just comes back. When it comes back, again give it to Baba. Yeah, very lovingly, Baba, I gave it to you, why is it coming back to me? You take it back, you keep it, you know, you keep it, it's not mine, it's not mine. That's the only thing, give it back to Baba. Yeah. So one, no self victimization, no guilt, but self compassion. When I am in that self compassion, acceptance, care, all of that becomes very natural, When that becomes natural, my state of mind is very, very stable, and then that effort will happen. And also realizing that, we have been through the 63 birth journey where all of us have been depleted in some power, some virtue. Okay. So it some effort that Baba wants us to make, we're able to make very, very easily. There are some bits which which may take a little time. A little patience with ourselves does help, but continuing with that effort. When we feel guilty or when we feel victimized, we end up making no effort, but we only deplete our energy. Yeah. So instead of that, continuing our effort, but with a lot of compassion with ourselves, patience with ourselves. When we have compassion for somebody, what do? We care, we accept, we're patient with them. That's it. And then make effort. Not that we don't continue making effort, we continue making effort with what? With lot of love. And you will see when you do it with lot of love, what happens is you're able to, achieve that stage a little faster. And praise yourself for progress. Let's say, if there is a situation, if today I reacted to that situation 90%, okay, in certain way, all of us have some thought behavior patterns. If I ended up reacting in certain way 90%, if tomorrow, even if I still ended up reacting, but my reaction was only 70%, appreciate. I made that effort. When you appreciate yourself, it's like that little, it's like that little child who tries, getting up and tries to walk. The first time the child falls, parents don't say, "Oh, you can't walk. What are you doing?" What do the parents say? "Oh, very good. Come on, try once again." And that happiness towards, that effort that the child is making is what motivates the child to again get up. That's what we need to do with ourselves. 70% progress, appreciate yourself. Very good. And that when you appreciate yourself for 70%, you will see yourself coming to 40% even faster. Yeah. And then
So
30.
Rituben, if I say in another words what Koshabin asked, means we don't get into guilt, we don't beat ourselves up.
Yeah.
At the same time, we don't use it as a backdoor also,
Yeah.
that it's okay. And at the same time, practice being intolerant, that you don't tolerate the same things that you do with yourself again. Am I right?
Yes. Yes. That's right. Yeah.
Hmm. So we have Tina Ben. Tina Ben is from the US. She's joined from there, and she's asked a question on the group. Said this, that you talked about external, but did you touch upon the internal interferences? So if we see internal interferences, then is there any other suggestions that you have to resolve the internal obstacles, especially for the new ones?
Sure. That's a very important question. Thank you, Tina Ben, for sharing that. So first and very, very important, when we're starting our journey of this reflection and our effort in our Brahmin life, very, very important is awareness of our own internal interferences. That's half the journey through. Why? Because the moment I am aware that it's me and my internal interference and not them, we're halfway through. Why? Because then I start working on that inner interference. So first is just become aware. When you become aware, you will see that you are already making that effort towards overcoming it. So awareness is the key. Awareness that it's my, what is that internal interference, what is that internal belief that is not allowing me to progress. So that awareness
Got
is
it.
very, very critical.
Yes, Rituben, there are two more questions. We'll quickly go through that before
Yes.
we start the meditation in interest of time. Anshu has asked, if someone close cheated, how do you forgive them? How do you forgive completely?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. How do you forgive somebody who has cheated on you? So, somewhere again, what is the internal belief that I have is that they shouldn't have. Okay, see, somewhere in our journey, all of us have made some right decisions, actions, some not so right decision, actions also, right? In our own set of strengths and weaknesses, in our own capacities, we've done things that were right, that may not have been so right. If we look at what Bap Dada wants us to do and what we are doing, what if Bap Dada comes and tells us that, you're cheating me? He doesn't say that. Why? Because he doesn't have expectations. He has good wish, but not expectation. Okay. So then there is no judgment that, in spite of telling you so many times, you're still, it's still ended up doing whatever, XYZ. Yeah. And that's the stage we need to, when we want to become Bapsaman, that's the stage that we need to adapt, is that we have had our own set of strengths and weaknesses. The person, on the other side of the table has had their own set of strengths and weaknesses. It's not their action that is creating the disturbance. The external interference is their action. The internal interference is my belief that they should not. Why they should not? They also have their own set of weaknesses and strengths. Yeah. But it's a little effort, and then letting go and healing our own selves. Okay. Healing our own selves. Why forgiving? Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiving, is for ourselves. Why? Because I need to heal. I need to be comfortable. I need to have good yoga with Baba. And that's why healing it. Let it go. They have their own set of, they are on their own journey. I'm on my own journey. And when I'm able to accept that, then there is no feeling of cheating that they've done to me. There is no cheating. They have done their action. Yeah. When I don't have expectations, I'm okay. I'm fine. I allow. And when I allow, chances are that they may come back to their original nature, which is the right nature. But if I have so much interference here, disturbance here, I will not be able to give them the right energy, and they will not be able to make, even if they wish to, they will not be able to make the right effort. Yeah. So
So Rituben, if I can ask if I'm right or not about what Anshu asked,
yeah.
that we working on our own cleansing, our own aura, and that kind of an energy that we create around us will not have us have these kind of experiences. Can I say that?
Beautiful. That's a very nice way of putting, Vimish Bhaiji. So one is, the hurt that we've already created. So we let go of those hurts. And second is when we are in that, non-judgmental, non-expectation mode, then there are no further hurts that get created. So it's both the ways. And yeah,
Yeah.
no further expectations because we are beyond those. So if we look at, when we fly, okay, so when the jet starts, the aeroplane starts, you see it going little uh, you know upwards. So while it is going, you see all the things beyond getting smaller and smaller. So that's what you have to do. We have to go our upward journey, and so then everything down beyond becomes very small. Their action, their behavior, situations, everything becomes so small. As far, as beyond you go, smaller those things will become. Then there will be no feeling of cheating at all. Whatever they do is their choice, and I am still happy because there is
It
no
is
impediment.
it is their karmic cycle there, it's there in the drama, and we elevate ourselves. You keep on working on that, right?
We working on our
Wonderful.
own selves. Yeah.
Okay, a last question, Rituven, before you get on to meditation. Sister Shanti has said tolerance is understanding the other's opinion and attitudes toward the subject, right?
Beautiful. So tolerance is understanding. Okay. Yes, it's understanding
The other
and
soul's
acceptance.
opinion,
Yes.
other
Yes.
soul's opinion and attitude towards the subject.
Beautiful. So that's also power to accommodate. What accommodate, power to accommodate does is it allows everybody's views, opinions, attitudes. So yeah, opinion, and what I would do is I would kind of differentiate two words that you've mentioned, sister. One is opinion, and second is attitudes or sense. A deeper form of it, which is sanskar. Okay, so if I talk about opinion, it is power to accommodate. Why power to accommodate? Because you allow everybody's opinions, views. You are able to just say, in our typical 7 days course, it shows ocean which is able to accommodate. So opinion, views, you're able to, you have that power to accommodate. What is power to tolerate is being stable in spite of their sanskars, accepting them in spite of their sanskars. That is power to tolerate. So yes, understanding that it's their sanskar. So you asked about understanding. Yes, one first part of it is understanding that it's their sanskar, and second is accepting that it's their sanskar. Yeah, so it's both. And what helps us do is again compassion. Okay, that feeling of compassion allows us to tolerate people in spite of their sanskars. Yes,
Yes, sister.
good.
So I think it's time we've gone. We are at 6:35. So can you please take on the meditation, please?
Sure, we'll have quick, very short experience of meditation, because I understand that all of us have to rush for our Murli class, which is at 7, and we are waiting for that too, and that's also very, very important. So very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Let's again emerge Bap Dada with us and thank our beloved Meethe Bap Dada for all the blessings, for all the love, acceptance that we've got from Bap Dada. A deep, deep sense of gratitude for accepting us the way we are. Bap Dada's love and compassion allows us to become comfortable with ourselves, to accept ourselves the way we are. Bap Dada's loving drishti, that is his vision, helps us create beautiful, elevated vision for ourselves. So let me experience Baba's blessings through his drishti, through his vision. And while I continue to experience Bap Dada's blessings, let me also emerge the vision that I have created for myself basis Baba's directions. What is it that I wish to do? What is the effort that I wish to make for myself? In this coming year? With all your heart, share that vision with Bap Dada. Baba, this is what I wish to do. An elevated state of mind, a stable state of mind, complete 100% purity. Or whatever your vision is, very deeply and lovingly share it with Baba. And experience Baba's very loving blessings. Blessings which flow towards me. And Baba says, Bache, you are Vijay Bhava. You're a victorious soul. That's the Vardhan that Meethe Bap Dada gives you for you to achieve all that you wish to, for the effort that you wish to make in your journey. God's Vardhan, God's blessing that I am a victorious soul will allow me to overcome any obstacle that could come up my way. I'm an empowered soul. I'm an elevated soul. And this self-respect makes all my effort very, very easy and light. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Once again, thank you, Meete Bap Dada, for this wonderful experience of the Brahmin life. Thank you for being there with me in my journey and everything that I do. Om Shanti.
Thanks to Bab Dada for making you this wonderful instrument today, Rituben, for this wonderful session.
Thank you, Baba. Yes, Bap Dada.
Thank you, everyone. We see you all again tomorrow morning at 5:30. Om Shanti.
Sincere gratitude, Rituban. May whatever you give to others, it gets in them thoroughly and they start living with those wonderful values. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. It's a very beautiful lecture. Thank you. Good balance.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Yes.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Bap Dada, for this wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Ritu. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dada.